Hello ladies, and so we'll jump close the interface application by using Swing library. Of course, there are other libraries which can help us to work with the graphical user interface, but for this tutorial, this one will be enough. And we will do to make something like this in two ways. Okay, here we got one JFrame or window with certain components. We've got three labels, number 1, number 2, or result. We've got three text fields, combo box where user can choose operation from, one enter button, and that's it. For example, if we enter 10 in the first text field, and 5 in the second, and if operation is plus, when we press enter or click enter button, the result is going to be 15. But if we choose minus, enter, result is going to be 5. If we choose multiply, enter, the result is going to be 50, and if we choose divide, enter, result is going to be 2. But for example, if we forget to enter number in one of these fields, and if we press enter, now we've got warning message, please enter numeric value. Or for example, if we try to enter something which is not numeric, again, if we press enter, we are going to have warning message, please enter numeric value. Or for example, if operation is divide and for second number we enter 0, now when we press enter, we've got warning message, 0 cannot be a divisor. Okay, like I said, we are going to make something like this in two ways. Here we've got two empty packages. The first one is GUI and second one is GUIA. So right click on GUI and choose new class, and let's call it math. This class is going to have main method, so we can check this field. And this class will also have a superclass. So click on button browse, choose a type, just type JFrame. Okay, JFrame, finish. And as you can see, now our class has main method and it extends JFrame superclass. Okay, first of all, we will have one instance of our class. It's new math, and we will proceed string math. Okay, point mouse and choose create constructor, and here we can proceed our string to the superclass. Okay, now we can set dimension of our JFrame, so we will say empty set bounds. So if we wanna that our window show in the left up corner, the first two arguments should be 1, 1, and now we will say that our window will have width of 335 and height 220. Again, we will use our instance and call method set default close operation, and we will choose exit on close. It means when we click X sign or X button, our window will be closed. And in order to be visible, we will call function set visible, and we will proceed through. Okay, in order to do our job in this way, we will separate our job in several tasks. But first of all, we need certain attributes, and these attributes are going to be our components. So as we could see, we have three labels. For example, label number 1, label number 2, and label result. Then we have three text fields, so gText field, text field number 1, text field number 2, and text field result. Oh my god. Yes, that's nice. And we've got one combo box. And this type is generic. So we could see that user can choose item from combo box, but we must specify what type of object is item. In our case, it's going to be string. So we will call this combo box operation. Okay, and we need one button, JButton, and we can call it enter. Never mind. Or button enter. Whatever you like. Okay. All of these components must be imported. So in order to do that, just press next combinations of your key tasters. So shift+alt+O. And as you can see, all components are imported from Swing library. So the shortcut is Shift+alt+O, not 0. Okay, and now let's do our job. And like I said, we will separate it in several tasks. So the first task is create components. So we will call method create components. Okay. Just point mouse and choose create method create components. And all that we have to do at the beginning to change these modifiers. So instead of private, it's going to be public. And now how we will create our components. Each component will be created by using constructor. So first of all, we have labels. So label number 1 is new JLabel, and we can proceed string, and that's number 1. And again we have label number 2 is new JLabel, and we will proceed string number 2. Okay, here we got error. Next we have label result. The same way, new JLabel. Okay, now we have text fields, and we will say text field number 1 is new J text field, and we will not proceed anything. Let me copy this, and here we have number 2, and here we got result, and now we have combo box, and we will say that combo box operation is new JComboBox string and here must be C uppercase. Okay, and we've got one button. Okay, we'll say that button enter is new J button, and we will proceed string enter. So this string will be on our button. Okay, the first task is complete. Now the next task is set position and dimension of our components. So we will call method set position and dimension. Just point mouse and create method set position and dimensions. Okay, it's going to be public, and we will say okay, we've got first row. We will start with label number 1, call method set bounds. Okay, x value, y value, width and height. And here we use the same coordinate system like we did in apples. So x value increases from left to the right and y value increases from up to down. So x value is going to be 20 and y is going to be 50. Width is going to be 50 and height is going to be 20. Next we have text field number 1. Just to be quick, I will copy this. So 20 plus 50 plus 20 is 90. Y remains with 40. Okay, now we have combo box. Uh, 90 plus 40, 130 plus 20, 150. Y remains and with 35. Okay, now we have label number 2. Okay, 185 plus 20, 205. Y remains. Okay, and we have text field number 2. Okay, 255, 275, and okay, 40. Okay, we finished first row. Now second row we've got button. So button enter set bounds. So we will say x 90, 50 plus 40 is 90. Okay. 150 width and okay. Height can be 20. And we have third row. And we have label result, set bounds. X can be 100, Y 90 plus 40 is 130. Okay, we will say 70. And what remains? Remains text field result. We can say 170x, y 130. Okay, it could be that. We finished our second task, and third task is put components on table. So put components on table. Let's call this method and again change the public. First of all, in order to put component on our JFrame, we need one container. So we will say container for example table. We call method get content pane. Okay, and container must be imported from java.awt. And this time we can use certain managers, layouts, in order to put components on the table in easier way. But this time we will not use any manager, so we will say set layout and we will choose now. Okay, first time, so we are not going to use any layout. And now we will use table and call method add, and now we will put all our components. Let me copy this, and we need to label 2, and we need label result. So we must add all components text field, text field number 2, text field result. What else we have? We have combo box. Okay, combo box operation. What else? We have button. Button. Enter. We should have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, now we can see what we've got. So run as Java application. Yes, we got something like this. Okay, maybe these text fields should be moved a little bit left. Okay, but let's first do the next job or task. Next task is fillComboBox. So let's call method fillComboBox point mouse create method fillComboBox. Again, public, and we said that each type item is object type of string. So combo box operation, call method add item, and here we will say new string plus. Okay, let me copy this. 1, 2, 3. Here we can say multiply, here or minus, never mind. Here multiply, here divide, save changes, and now when we... Okay, like I said, we can move this text field number 2, a little bit left. Okay, so position and dimension text field number 2, 270. Okay, now let's see what we got. For 260, 65. 265. Let's see. Okay, never mind. I think this is good. And now the last task is add listener. Add listener for our button. So add listener, call this method, create method, and let's change public. So when we click on our button, something should happen. So we will say button, enter, and we will call method add mouse listener. And here mouse listener is interface. But when we implement certain interface, we have next problem. For example, mouse listener, import, and now when we add unimplemented methods, we can see that we have mouse clicked, mouse enter, mouse exited, mouse pressed, mouse released. But in our case, we need only this one method. So in order to avoid implementing all of these methods, instead of mouse listener, we will say new mouse adapter. And now we can remove all of these methods and leave only this one. So new mouse adapter, mouse event, mouse adapter is going to be imported. And now everything is okay. With mouse adapter, we avoid implementing all of these methods because we need only this one. That's why we will not implement mouse listener, but we will use mouse adapter. I hope that you catch the point. Okay, here we need several variables, string result and operation, and we need two numbers, type of integer, number 1 and number 2. Okay, and operation will have value, so we will use combo box operation and we will call method get selected item. Since operation is string, we will add to string. So in this way we will get item that user choose from combo box. For now, result is empty string, and for example, number 1 is number 2 is 1 for now. Okay, before we do anything, we must check how user enter values in our text fields. We said that values must be numerics, and if operation is divider, the second number cannot be 0. So first of all, we will say if text field number 1. In order to get value, we will call method get text. Next, we wanted to remove all white empty spaces, so we will call method trim. And now we will check if that is equal empty string, or we must also check so here we will use function matches, and here we will use not this but this, a regular expression. So for those ones who don't know what regular expressions are, search in playlist regular expressions video and be free and watch. So here we do not allow that text field is empty, and here we do not allow that value of text field is something which is not numeric. The same must do for text field number 2. So I will copy all of this and here add new or condition, paste, and here I will say text number 2 and text number 2. So if this is true, we can add next code. So we will use modal dialog JOptionPane, and we will call method show message dialog, and we will proceed several arguments. The first one is instance of our class math.this. The second one is warning message. Okay, should go something like this. Please enter numeric values. Okay. What type of message is warning, and here we can use JOptionPane and choose warning message. Okay, and now else if operation equals divide, and if second number is 0, so we need this is 0. So if operation is divide, second number cannot be 0. In that case, I will copy all of this and paste here. So the message is 0 cannot be a divisor. Okay, I don't know if I spell correctly. And if nothing of these is true, in that case we will do next useful job. Now, number 1 is this. And since this is string and this is integer, we must parse this into integer. So we will say integer dot parse int. Okay. Okay. Copy all this, and we will say that number 2 is text field number 2. And now we must choose the right operation. So we will say if operation equals plus, in that case we will call method addNumbers. But these methods are not going to be here. That's why we will make new class. So at the beginning we will add new field and we will call it result rs, and into our string, our constructor, we will say that rs is new result. So we are going to make new class. So point mouse and choose create class result. Finish. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, now we are in result class, and here first of all we should have one empty string, empty constructor, sorry. And next method, so public int addNumbers. We'll have two parameters, number 1, integer number 2. And all that we have to do is return number 1 plus number 2. Let me copy this and paste again, and this time subtract numbers, return number 1 minus number 2. Again, this time multiply numbers, return number 1 multiply number 2, and once more, this time divide numbers, return number 1 divide number 2, source format. Okay, save changes. Let's get back in math class. Okay, so if operation is equals, we will say that result is use instance of result class and call method addNumbers, proceed number 1 and number 2. And since this is string and this is integer, all that we have to do is plus empty string, and this is going to be string. Else, let me copy all this, paste. If operation is minus, let's call method subtract numbers. Plus empty string. Okay. Else, if operation is multiply, then we should call method multiply numbers.